What's up, guys? We are doing a coffee hour today. I'm Blake from Chasing Creative and thought I would grab a quick coffee and hop on here to chat with some of y'all about personal branding and some of the tactics that we've been deploying for our brand. I think that there's some really cool things happening and in the marketing space where you can mute that quick, where you can do a lot at once. But what is worthwhile to build a brand? I want to share a little bit about how I built my personal brand on LinkedIn, and I'm not an influencer. I'm just a normal guy doing marketing and have been able to build a pretty good agency that we're underway in the last really 12 months. And we have several amazing customers out there in the smart lighting infrastructure space. We also do a lot of work with D2C brands, UGC, service-based businesses, and then overall advising, whether it's video production, website builds on a budget, especially for startups who like to move fast. That seems to be our lane. Design, project management, planning, advertisement, running ads, a lot of different things. But today I want to share a little bit about personal brand, chasing creative. Here's some of our clients that we've worked with in the past, different services that we offer. You can check out our website to learn more. Some awesome new case studies where we've deployed some of these tactics. But one of the biggest things I believe in is dark social. We're all paying for ads. I pay for ads. I'll show you an example of some of the campaigns that I'm running and then I run for most of my customers as kind of a no-brainer if you're a modern business today. I also want to share a little bit about how posting to LinkedIn daily can be a big driver for your personal brand, but then also your team. And so I meant to do this yesterday with a little happy hour go live with a coffee break, and it didn't work out so well. So we're going to do it another time today and see if we can get some good content out of this. What I really want to show y'all is Monday. So Danielle from our team has launched Chasing Creative on Monday, and we have all these new channels here that we're able to collaborate on boards, both internally with our team, where we have a lot of different processes for getting projects done, and then externally. And I'll show you a couple of examples if there's other people out there that are learning, whether it's an agency or a business and you're just trying to tighten up controls. But the first thing I want to start with was personal brand. And I post a lot of content. I've used several tools for cutting down videos from long form to short form and putting those out there. And you get surprising results on YouTube Shorts and LinkedIn and Instagram stories and things like that when you're posting. Not necessarily a high engagement, I would say, but over time, you're really establishing what you do in your brand and people are starting to get familiar with your services. One of the ways that we do that is starting to plan out a calendar. So I want to show you how I approach LinkedIn content most recently. And I've been doing it for several years. I've advised several different founders and owners of businesses on how to be proactive on LinkedIn, from the basics of updating your profile picture, having a great bio, having a great cover photo, taking time to post something personal every day. I know a lot of high caliber influencers rely on ghostwriters and their voice, and that's okay for some people. But for the average Joe, I think it's actually better to be personal on LinkedIn and share kind of behind the scenes of your life, but then also about your brand and what you're building. We're doing that building in public. I know that some industries you're not able to do that, privacy regulations, legality, financial. But if you're kind of the average Joe online, you're a salesperson, you're a marketing person, you're an owner, you're a founder, if you're a C-suite executive within a company, you should be engaging online within the scope of your content pillar. So what I mean by that is, what is your brand trying to be known for, and identify with your customer, your ICP, ideal customer profile, your persona, your main buyer, or even your partners in the ecosystem. Where we see most businesses pivoting today is they have a lot with sales, but also taking on key partners, not just for affiliates, but for sharing resources, events, networks, things like that. So what we've gone ahead and done and created, and I post lots of content every week. I'm posting nearly every day, and sometimes it's organic that I come up with it. Other times it's taking long form and cutting it down into short form with some branding. Other times it's after a meeting or commentary or interaction with my team that I just hop online and I share a thought of what I've learned. And the great way to do that is PASS framework is one that I use in writing. So it's problem, agitation, solution. So you kind of state the problem. You show the agitation of, like, how you can kind of engage with that, and then the solution for that. So you kind of go through how you would process a normal project, interaction, something that you're approaching in business, and that helps people read through it as a story. So you can also think of it as a narrative. There's another book too that's called On Writing Well, and On Writing Well really goes through just being specific with your writing. A lot of times we try to get, especially with our marketing copy, very slick and creative, which there's nothing wrong with. There's time and place for that. But what it does on LinkedIn is it can decrease engagement because you're just not getting to the point, and that's what people want. Or you have to carry a conversational tone. I've written for some influencers on LinkedIn that have massive followings, and this is some of the ways that they are able to galvanize their audience and continue to get engagement. So this is another trick here that I'm going to share about now. If you're looking to create content in bulk around your content pillars, what I mean by content pillars are go to your website, figure out the things that you're ranked for on SEO and the things you want to be ranked for so that people can find you. Social is a great lead into your website. What you want to do is go on to ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you're using and ask, what are some LinkedIn content pieces in different buckets of format: text posts, video, carousel, text and link, polls, that are around these, let's say 3 or 4 ideas of their business. You don't want to get too crazy. Even one idea, you could create a lot of content around. What are those 3 to 4 ideas, and populate a CSV for me, and take that CSV and put in prompts, maybe some hooks, some ideas. And again, this is supposed to be idea generation. I love relying on AI for workload and organization, but this needs to come from you. So you have to jump in and be creative. Obviously, you could have all these posts generated for you. And I've done that. There's times where I'm doing that. I have automations that run in the background that do a lot of those different things, more for direct messages and engaging with folks. But from posting to your wall, posting to your feed for other people to see, you want to have some personal aspects to that, whether it's an actual photo you took, it's you at an event with somebody. So after you've had ChatGPT or whatever tool you're using generate the CSV of the date, the item name, similar to what you see laid out here, project management tools are amazing. You can now just upload the CSV. I mean, many of you probably already knew that. I have known it, but I've never done it functionally. As you can see, I'm even behind on my stuff because some days I'm posting 5, 6 times a day. And then I have a monthly newsletter, the Thursday Hustle, that goes out every Thursday, every other Thursday. And I take all this content through the week and I post it, and then I use that content to write long form blogs, things like that too. So you're helping yourself generate, reverse engineer all these short texts for LinkedIn to create blog posts. Actually, I have several clients that take my posts about their brand and use them on their blogs and websites too as another way to create content. So all these different things you can use. And so Monday is a new tool that we're using, and we uploaded the CSV, and I've been going through and kind of completing these tasks. And so it's great for small teams, sales crews that are not really sure, like they want to post, they want to interact, but they need some insights on what to do. So we talk about our clients, we talk about things that we've accomplished, and we have to keep restating these things. We go through media cycles really fast. And so as I'm posting all this LinkedIn content for Chasing Creative, that's the niche here. And I try to do it multiple times a week. But if I don't have an idea, I can just pop right into here, complete the task, or add someone else on my team to post on behalf of Chasing Creative if they're open and willing to use their personal LinkedIn page to be able to do that. What it does is it builds the personal brand for me. So a lot of folks have found me online, dark social, DMs, messaged me directly after doing a post following this, which I always find crazy because, I'll go through and post a lot of different things and you just never know what's going to hit. So the same folks follow you. Sometimes they get shown different things based on their interests. This gives you tons and tons of content. You can see I'm like a month behind on some of this stuff, but that's okay. The goal is not to just sit here and get the task done. It's to create quality content. And that's where you can use AI to generate the prompts to kind of help you get through it, and not just use a tool to press play and let everything go out. Now, there are some great tools out there, and I would say use those when you're trying to really push a campaign or galvanize around an idea consistently, or events that are happening where you really just can't keep up. You can use all those different tools to make your life easier. But this is a way that we would advise as a marketing agency, founders, leaders, customer-based teams to be posting regularly. And you see a lot of good companies doing this. And what you'll see is if you have a really good unmasking tool like Warmly or similar, that when folks come to your website, you'll see that they're coming from these channels. And even if you use UTMs within all these different posts, you'll be able to kind of unmask that dark social. Not everyone's going to like your post or comment. Definitely very rare unless you have a huge following or you're fundraising a lot of money or you have a big idea or networking or there's some kind of big buzz around what you're doing as an individual, you see some amazing influencers using that to their benefit. But if you're just a normal person, you're not going to get things liked all the time. What I'll say is that people do interact with it, though. They go to your website, they remember you, you stay top of mind. And so, using this format of coming up with 3 or 4 ideas for your business that you want to talk about, that you know resonates with your audience, or that you care about. Sometimes it's based on sustainability or whatever actions you're choosing or industry you're in. If you're a nonprofit, things like that. Go into ChatGPT, come up with these different ideas, tell them to put it in a CVS that you can upload to a tool like Monday. I mean, it's instant. This gets created. And then you have these different tabs where you can go through and start to update those things. So that's kind of a fun, easy way for anybody to use a tool like Monday. I was pretty skeptical at first because I use a lot of Notion features, which is also a great platform, but that's more for creative collaboration and kind of documentation. And there's some really, really cool things that are happening here on Monday. So I'm going to pause here quick and make sure I don't have anything going on here on this end. Cool. Looks good. So now I want to pivot to a couple other things that we're doing in Monday that can be really helpful. So obviously we have all of our contacts can come in here. We can see our active work. We can see our production. Some of our clients are listed in here. And we have a lot of different tools for onboarding and things like that for our freelancers. And then even kind of our own little data tracker for kind of the things that we're running. So I want to go through, like, as an agency, like, what are the things that I'm personally investing in? We're a small boutique agency, and I'm running ads at the same level as some of my clients that are massive brands. And the reason I do that is because I believe in marketing consistency over time. So what I want to share about with posting from your personal LinkedIn or your company page and having a rhythm and a format within that same content vertical or cluster is that you're able to be known for that and build a reputation over time. And I think if you do that for 6 to 8 months, you'll start to see folks engaging with your content more and understanding what you do better. And so we also do that from a campaign standpoint. Things don't have to be overly complicated. So we had advertising campaigns. So a lot of it's retargeting. So I have videos. If you come to my website, if you go to my website right now and you're on Meta, in the next couple of days, you'll see me popping up and waving and saying, "Hey, stop scrolling. Let's book a demo, book a conversation." Because we want to lower the barrier of entry. We know people know how to book a demo. We just want to remind them that they can, and there's no obligation. We do, case study searches. So if somebody is researching videographers that do case studies, that's something that's been a specialty for us. It's been one of our biggest drivers this year. And so we're advertising for cold out, inbound for our website there. And then, like I did a local sponsorship of t-shirts. And so all these different things we keep track, and the team can pop in here and say, okay, what's going on? We also have, warmly sequences going for ourselves and some of our clients' products where somebody comes to our website and we then have an orchestration is what they call it, but basically a system where you come to my website, I tag that UTM, I have copy that's written to reach out to you via email, whether that's Apollo or it's direct reaching out to LinkedIn. And this creates that kind of recapture moment. In D2C, it's like abandoned cart. It's the same thing with B2B. People are looking at tons and tons of different websites every day. They're probably going to spend a couple seconds on your website if you're lucky. And who knows if they actually want to book a call or fully understand what you're able to do and understand pricing. We've had so many phone calls this year where we get on with folks and they assume that Chasing Creative is going to charge them an arm and a leg. We're extremely fair because we're about longevity with clients. We don't try to charge a huge fee because we think you're going to churn in a couple months. Generally, most of our clients have been with us for a year or more since signing with us in the last year. So and they continue to work with us and give us more work, most of them. Some different cold email things, testing, instantly. I've seen a lot going on out there about that platform. It's okay. It's, not my favorite. I think I prefer kind of just finding emails and cold prospecting. Some of our biggest leads this year have come from just taking the time to write an email to somebody, follow up, send a gifting, really put the time and attention into it. You'll stand out a bit more than some of these automations. Yep, Acceptio is one of my clients. I'm doing some partnerships connections with folks in the industry, and that's actually been surprisingly really a great tool with sales flow to follow up with existing contacts and just say, hey, I'm working on this project, having interest in working together. And generally, people are open to having a conversation around that. Postalytics is another tool that we've done from an outbound campaign standpoint, where you send direct mail and it has a QR code and a UTM attached to it, and they go to your website. And so we did this for some of the top business leaders in Florida, and we'll continue to test that. But most of the time, these are just having multiple touch points. And again, if anybody comes from these campaigns, these retargeting campaigns, paid, we'll also hit back on them. And then prospecting manual, referral from clients. We're in some Slack groups, things like that. And so we target those there. So just keeping track of what you're doing and having like this visual approach, I think, to your personal brand or your business brand in a tool like Monday, or any CRM. I'm not necessarily advocating for Monday. There's pros and cons of every tool. It's super, super fun. Okay, and the last thing I'll share, and Bright Light won't mind. They're one of my newest clients that we've been working with. We launched a website for them and a lot of other campaigns. But I want to show you how we really build out some of the different connections with our clients. So let's go back here. Okay, it's a tab and a tab. There it is. We color coded this, which is super fun, so we can find things. So go to Bright Light Projects. We have tons of projects going with our clients externally. What happens as an agency is we start working with clients and they have new things that come up that they want, and we want to crush that for them. So once we build their website, we do their monthly maintenance on their website after we build it at affordable rate. We then provide other services like ads, creative, one-off projects at really a deep discount. We have an hourly rate and we usually cut that down drastically when our clients need one-offs, because they're really investing in our agency. Like, our clients are actually building Chasing Creative. They're well aware of that. They've seen it go from 0 to 100 and continuing to grow. And a lot of them are betting on our creative and our growth. So there's some cool things here where you can do that. You can see the to-dos completed, and we just onboarded our clients to the system literally a few days ago. What I also love is this new, it's called Vibes, and it's in Monday, where we've created a legit app. So this is like our Chasing Creative app, where a client can come in here and get a basic idea of what's going on their account very quickly. And what's awesome with Monday is we can add guests here. I know a lot of videographers, agencies use it for a reason. And so we just started bringing clients onto this. But a new feature we're testing with Bright Light as a client is they can come in and do new requests. So like I mentioned, we do ads, we do website maintenance, and we get a lot of one-off projects. Now we have it where they can literally come in, and I wouldn't say we productized it because we're still like a real team fulfilling it, but we've organized it, which I think for me is always crazy, because I'm one of those people, like, if my client texts me right now and asks me to do something, I'm going to jump on and start doing it. Like, I'm just one of those things, like, get it done right away. Don't forget about it. But as we grow and scale, there's times and there's team members that help us fulfill work now, who are experts. And we want them to go through this system, right? So we can track the wins and successes as well, because that's great for both us and the client. We can see, wow, we created all these different projects, got these things done, or what did we already try that we need to change? And so all of this is living in Monday. Pros and cons to that, like when you have customers or clients or team members having so much information, it can be overwhelming. So what I always tell clients is, like, look in here if you need to, but don't feel like you have to rely on what's going on. It's our job to kind of maintain and control and plan out these different things, so you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, Monday's a great tool. I would definitely look into, if you are trying to scale your company, start getting active on LinkedIn. And you can do this for any social channel, right? Like, this is LinkedIn, but let's say you want to do YouTube shorts or TikToks for a while. Like, challenge yourself to do that, create a flow, tag a team member. And if you need help with fulfillment on creative, you can reach out to my team and see if we can help you out with some of those different things, whether it's cutting up video to post, or giving you tool recommendations, or walking you through how we might do something. Knowledge sharing is one of the biggest ways Chasing Creative has taken off. We work with folks to a lot of different apps and things like that I've become an affiliate and advisor for, just by using the tools. I never knew I'd be working with these companies, and I work with them every single day. And we have free videos on YouTube that walk through using these different marketing tools, so creators and people that are launching their businesses are able to do that. And Monday is just another one of those new tools that we're using. Then we also have where you can hire us as consultants to set up the tools for you. We're not AI consultants. We're just marketers that know how to use the tools, and some of them are AI. But you can reach out to us and we can show you how to, set it up and just do that on an hourly rate. You can also hire us on retainer, where we work with your team month to month to put all this information for your marketing, if you're a small, nimble team, into a CRM and track it. And we have a dedicated account manager and customer success manager and fulfillment specialists that we work with, and video editors around the globe, and videographers, and all that kind of stuff, and a network of folks and leaders that we want to connect each other to, because that's just the knowledge of network and sharing. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for you. If you guys have any questions about marketing, we have a lot of different information. You can learn more about our awesome team at Chasing Creative, how we got started, over on our page. We have a lot of awesome advisors and team members we work with, and we're continuing to expand. But I know that personal brand is one of the coolest things that you can do that's low lift, low investment to get started daily. So if you are a professional or a business person that has kind of been waiting to get active on LinkedIn, I think now during this kind of fall reset, start posting now because things are going to amp up in the new year. People slow down during the holidays, Black Friday, Cyber Monday kind of takes up a lot of airspace and things. But if you can start posting about things in your niche with data and insight and fun and humor, people are going to follow you and want to interact. And don't look for the immediate wins. I think it's about the consistency over time. So thanks for joining me for this quick coffee break. And I hope it was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, my name is Blake at Chasing Creative. I'm always happy to advise and help out in the future.